Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Living Life with Shay. I am your host, Shay Cross. I'm so super excited to be here. Happy Monday to you all. Please do me a favor, hit the share button, like, and comment while this broadcast is going on. We're not going to have a long night, but we're definitely going to have a fun night. I'm so excited about my guest that's here with me. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes when I think about how awesome God is and how wonderful He is and everything that He has done in this young lady's life. So I did not think it was robbery to have her to come on as my second guest of the year. I'm so excited about the things that God is doing in her life. So do me a favor while you're on this live, don't be selfish. Share this with someone else so that they can enjoy the show as well. Okay, so we're getting ready to get started, and please help me welcome my guest, my sister, my friend, so Key. I'm so excited. Let me calm down. Too excited. Too excited. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do it this way. Yay! And there is my sister. Hey, how are you?
I am wonderful. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you perfect. I'm going to see if I can
Yay.
bring us closer together. I'm still learning these
Yes, yes.
layouts and oh, there we
There you
go.
go.
I did it. Yay. I
Good
feel
job.
like you in a whole nother country than I am because we have been missing each other so much.
I know, I know. That's what happens when you have busy lives.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
That is such a good thing. I'm so happy that you are here with us on tonight. Listen, it's a blessing to have you here. There are other places that you could have been, you could have said no, but you said yes to my team. And I'm so
Of
excited.
course.
I was like, listen, I got somebody that I know for sure I got to get on. I can't let the month go
Thank
out.
you.
Not like the year go out, but I can't let the month go out without making sure I bring my
Oh,
sister and my friend on. So please do me the honors. Tell us where you're from. Tell us your name, and that'll be a good start.
okay. Let's see, it's kind of a long list. So let's start here. I'm from the ATL. You already know how I be doing. Peace up. Ain't got that. I was born at Grady Memorial Hospital. That's how people seem to verify that you are an actual Georgia native.
Grady
So
baby, as they
yes,
say.
I was one of those Grady babies at the hospital. I grew up mainly in Decatur, Georgia, a little bit of Stone Mountain. Um, and what else did you ask me? You said where I'm from and
And your name. Tell us your name. Tell us how you got this name so key.
okay. So the name Soki has a lot of elements involved. Soki means healing energy.
Mm.
And I took on that name simply because I did a little background work and I said, a lot of people were calling me Kiki. And I said, there's so many Kikis. You got Kiki Palmer, you got Kiki Shepherd, you got Kiki Sheard. I said, now I'm going to be one of a kind, and I said, I'm just going to be so me. So I ended up with So Key, but I was like, wait a minute, let me do a research because it could mean anything. So when I started researching what So Key meant and it means healing energy, and I was
Yes.
like, you know what? I will take that name
Yep.
because that's what I want when I come around people. I want them to feel like my energy is so good around them that they feel like, whenever, So Key's around, I feel good. I feel healed. I feel, you
Exactly.
know.
You bring
So that's where
positive
that came from.
vibes.
Yes, yes.
Positive
It is
vibes.
so imperative at this time. Positive vibes. Imperative.
Yes, it's needed like never before. So that's a wonderful story as well as your name, because a lot of people don't use their government name. They use
Right.
their stage name or their artist name or their they use different names. So that's awesome.
Hmm.
So a lot of people can relate to that. They don't want to be around nobody negative. We want to be around somebody positive. So with that
Hmm.
being said, your name is a perfect fit.
Thank
so
you.
look, so
And
I
it's
love
one
that
thing
name.
when you said, and I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
you go
one
ahead.
thing you were saying, like a lot of people don't want to go by their government name. And I'm definitely not gonna go in deep on that. But just thinking about our history, it gives you an opportunity to be you. Even though it looks like a stage name is something all made up, but technically our government names are attached to a number. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm,
sometimes you just want to feel that freedom to say, this is who I am. Not what
yes,
you call me,
but this is
not
who
what
I
you
am.
say, but this is who
Right.
I am.
Because your parents can give you a name, but that don't mean that's the name that God calls you.
That's
Or
right.
that's the purpose that you walk. That's not the name of the purpose that you walk in. So
Right.
I understand that. Well,
Right.
you saying that leading up to my next question, which I'm so excited about.
Okay.
My favorite all-time song. Y'all listen. She's an artist, but she's so much more than just an artist. My favorite song that you have written is "Free to Be Me." I was playing it on my, playing it in my car the other day. Then I was playing it earlier this morning. And I played it again on my live. I mean, on my Instagram. I was
Mhm.
like, I just love this song. She has a song out, "Free to Be Me." Can you please explain to us how did you get the title of that song? And of course, you wrote it, correct?
Yes, I
How did
did.
you get the title? Where did it come from?
Uh, um,
Just take us
and the
through
way
your
I,
journey.
okay, so not to go too deep, but I know I keep saying that. But it started on a journey of seeking freedom. Um, I had a time in my life where when I was younger, I didn't do a lot of church. And I want to correct that because my mom corrected me before. We've been to church. Yeah, we've been to church, but I didn't know the pastor's name. I didn't
Mm,
know nobody in the congregation. All I knew was vacation Bible school. It was time to draw and color. So I didn't really have an established relationship um, in ministry growing up.
oh,
So along my journey, it took me as an individual to desire a relationship with God on my own, to desire a relationship with Christ on my own.
hmm,
So when I became 21 years old, I had this burning desire to know who God was, a burning desire to know who Christ was. And so when I started coming into Christ, I started running into um, the issues of getting to know Christ through people,
mm,
and that didn't help me.
yeah,
So I was on a journey of not necessarily being free.
hmm,
I was doing what I was supposed to do on my job. I didn't feel free. I was doing what I was supposed to do in church from what I saw everybody else do. I didn't feel free. So it took me on a journey of trying to find this freedom that I
right.
knew existed inside of me, but I wanted it all around me. And so when I got into this moment of, my passion is music. And when I got into this passion of music, I just got excited and I started saying, you know what? I didn't know what to write. And I said, I'm just going to be free to be me. I'm just going to be free. I was like, wait a minute, free to be me. Because I
Mm,
started going through moments of, like I said in the song, some of the lyrics says, um, I'm divorcing these chains.
yes,
They just keep taunting me.
yes,
She don't like what I said. He can't stand what I have, but they don't understand who I am. So I had to see that the best gift to myself was me being me. And so when I wrote that, I was like, oh, I said, this is deliverance in my song,
it's
you know.
awesome.
And when I wrote it, it was like God said, put it out, because that declaration of freedom is in the airwaves through that song,
It
if that makes sense.
is. It does make sense. And a lot of people say they're free, but they're not free to be them.
Right.
That's why
Exactly.
it's a difference when you say, "Whom the Son set free is free indeed," but free to be me, not free to be who you want me to be, or
Right.
an approval of me, or a yes of me. When I say a yes of me, you have to get everybody else's approval. They have to say yes in order for you to be who you are, or free to be yourself, but not
Right.
so. And when I heard that song, I was like, oh my goodness, this song is speaking so much volume. It's speaking so much life, because a lot of people are in bondage and they
Yeah.
don't even know it.
And
They
there
don't
was
know
one
it.
thing that a gentleman kept reaching out to me. It's actually a few of them,
Mhm.
and they're from Africa. And they reached out, and one of them keeps reaching back saying, "Sister, you don't know how much you've given us here, in our country." And I'm like, "Wow, I didn't, I didn't foresee it going that far. I
Right.
wrote the song because of where I was in my emotions at the moment. But God was pressing me for a reason." And
Yes.
so the gentleman kept saying that over there, they don't have all the things that we have here. He
True.
said, but when I heard your song Free to Be Me, he said, I play it so much to where his son, he said, my baby, he's 2. No, he said he's 4. He said, and he grabs his phone out of his hand and he plays my song. He said, but it
Oh,
seems like it gives them a sense of, you
peace.
know, yeah, and it just
I
makes me
can
feel
believe
good.
that. Hearing that song
Yeah.
is a deliverance song. See,
Thank
a lot of
you.
people think deliverance is just worship, but
Hmm.
I like it's got a pop to it. It's got an upbeat tempo. It's got all that. So I'm like, it's about what's in your heart. And when I heard this song for the first time years ago, I was like, this song just got to hit the airways, Lord, so people can hear it and know that's what's going on. So you are an artist. Can you tell us what else you're working on as far as music is concerned first?
Well, music
Or
right
what's your
now.
newest release? Your newest release.
Well, my newest release is titled Boss It. I haven't put as much behind that one as I had my other songs. And that's my latest release. It's called Boss It, and it's featuring our brother Ken Jones.
Yes.
And
And happy
when
birthday too, because today his birthday. So
yeah,
happy birthday.
that's right. Happy birthday,
Give us a
bro.
shout out.
That's right. My birthday was December,
Right.
so but no, we did a great collab on this song. And this song came from a place of like dealing with freedom again,
Hmm.
but I felt like I had my crown on when I did this one
Mm.
because a lot of times when you are a person that's gifted and talented, you become misunderstood a lot. You know,
Yes.
I think some people take the gifting as sometimes being arrogant. Sometimes they take it as, who are you trying to be, or what are you trying to do, or
Hmm.
what makes you think you're gonna make it here and here. And when I wrote that song, because in the beginning I'm just sharing the lyrics because we asked about it.
Right, right, right.
Um, in the beginning I say they ain't really know about me. Thought I wasn't gonna shine, but I'm lit LED. Diamonds in my crown so bright, shining like the stars in the night. Bling, bling, bling. And so
Mm.
when I wrote that, it was almost like an anthem, making a bold statement
Hmm.
saying everything that I went through, it don't matter because I bossed it. So bossed it just is my Ebonics term of saying I conquered it. I
You did.
overcame it, you know.
Yes,
So
you did. Yes, you
yep.
did. You have bossed everything. This is what I want to say too tonight. You're an artist. Well, let me go back. You're a wife. You're a mom. You're an artist. You're an actress. I know you are. You are a writer. You are a entrepreneur. And I can just remember, just for me as a testimony, I can just remember almost less than a year ago, you were talking about this dream and vision that you had. And I'm like, you got focused. You blocked everything, everybody, everyone out. You got so focused. When people looked up, your dream was right before us. And I'm telling you, that's how quick God works. So
Wow.
I'm so proud of you. Can you
Thank
just tell
you.
us what you've been had going on behind the scenes as far as this new adventure that God has allowed you to? You got a whole nother bubble. You in a whole nother bubble, whole nother place. When I see you light up, I'm like, it happened. I saw it happen. God did it.
I'm telling you, it's funny because there's so much that I want to say, but I'm like, okay, this is my sister Shay show. This is my sister Shay show.
No,
So I don't
talk.
want to take up all the time,
No, you
but
okay?
it's so
Talk.
much that I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. I'm turning you up in my ears real quick. But it's so much that I want to say because we've experienced like our journeys have connected so many
Yes,
times,
so many.
and I just feel like I'm at this place in my life right now. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep and I don't want to say too much, but I'm in this place in my life now where I just feel like there's this huge change that's occurring that I have no control over.
Yes.
Um, and I believe God is answering the prayers that I have been asking Him, which is to move me out of the way so
Yep.
that His will can be done. And I find myself in this place of shalom, if you will. Like I just feel like I'm in this place of peace. And I have been asking God, God, grant me peace that surpasses all understanding. And when I say all understanding, I believe God even surpassed my understanding,
Yes.
because sometimes I'll ask, like, Lord, you gave me these children, Lord, you made me this wife, and what did you see for me to be so fit for this position?
Mm.
And I have to move myself out of the way a lot. And I feel like God is doing that for me now because I just feel like I'm in this place where I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but it feels right this time.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, I feel like that God is releasing so many things. I feel like I have given birth so many times over the past few months. But to answer your question,
No, you have. No,
I
you
have,
answering it.
but I have recently opened up an event space, and my grand opening is February 2nd at 5
Yes.
p.m. And I will have a ribbon cutting being done by the Chamber of Commerce. So it's going to be a great affair. I'm going to have a lady there that she's a harpist, meaning someone who plays a harp, and she's been playing for 50
Yes.
years. She actually plays on a continuous basis for Chateau Elan, and that's around the corner from my building. And before I even got this building, I had been looking for a couple years. And I kept praying about it. I'm like, God, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get this building? What do I need to do? Because I just wanted to progress. I just wanted to see some increase in my life, because I
Yes.
started getting to a point where I felt like all I was becoming was the wife. All I
Yes.
felt like I was becoming was the mom. But I was like, you know what? I need y'all to know the woman behind the mama. I
Yep.
need you to know the woman behind the
Mm-hmm.
wife. You know what I'm saying? I need you to know the woman behind this worker. So I prayed, and God came to me one day just out of the blue. Me and my husband in Walmart shopping, and my husband just talking to me, and all of a sudden I just get these deer in headlight look, and he's like, "You okay?" And God was just pouring into me, pouring into me. God's like, "Hey, if I give you this building, what are you gonna do with it?" And I'm like, now all these years I'm crying, praying on my knees. I had everything worked out, and God came to me. I'll give you this building. What you gonna do? And I'm like, uh,
Stuck.
So I said, "Well, Lord, whatever you want me to do, whatever you want me to do, that's what I'm gonna do."
Right.
God said, "No, what are you gonna do with it?" And I
Mm.
said, okay. So I had to take some time. I had to go home. I had to think about it a little bit. And I started saying, you know what, Lord? I said, I just want people to be happy. I want people to feel free. I want them to come to my space. How they go to Disney World, going in one way and they coming out another, just excited, just happy, just
Yes.
glad to be
Happy.
here. And since I've had that building, I walked in, and the first few months, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what to do. I felt like I walked into this place with blinders on, thinking I can see,
That's that
but I'm
blind
bumping
faith.
into everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm bumping into everything, and after a while, I'm like, okay, God, I'm trying to hold on to the Lord so I know
Mhm.
what I'm supposed to
Yes.
do. And after a while, God started bringing things to me, and little by little, each time a month goes by, each time a week goes by, I get more and more clarity. And so when I had a New Year's Eve event, I wasn't sure who would show up. But when they showed up, I was so excited. I felt like I was so in my element. And I started getting phone calls after that night saying, before I came there, I was depressed. Before I came there, I was in a rut. Before I came
Mhm.
there, they kept telling me I left. Now I'm excited. Now I want to plan my birthday party. Now I want to do this and that. Now I want to start my own business. And I'm like, God, this is what I asked for.
Yes.
This is what I asked for,
Yep.
So all the gifts and talents that I have, at first I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. I was like, I love music, I love theater, I love acting, I love, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do all these things? But God is like, you have a space now,
Yes.
you
And you can
know?
have your show there. Your
Exactly.
stage play, which I was going there next. So since you already said it, I'm like, when is it coming back? She has a
I,
stage play, y'all, called Deliver Our Mail. And I have yet to see it because when I was supposed to go, I was booked for something else. And I'm like, Lord, this is not right. I've been trying
but
to
that's
get
how
here
it's
for the
supposed to be.
longest.
Booked and busy. That's how you're supposed to be. Booked and busy.
So are you bringing it back?
I am. I
Yeah.
am. I am. And this is the month that I actually am planning my auditions. And a lot of my previous characters, my previous actors, they want to come back. And I said, hey, that makes life a lot easier. I don't have to look for so many actors.
Yep.
But this time I may do a few like pieces at my space, but I'm still
Okay.
gonna go back to the theater
Uh-huh.
because that's my long-term goal. My long-term goal is to have
Uh-huh.
real estate. And when I say real estate, I mean I want to have
Yeah.
one, two, three, four, five different theaters, you know,
Woo.
all over the city or all over the
Yes.
country, however God sees fit, to be able to bring that joy to people wherever they are. So I'm gonna do it at another stage production. I'm looking to do it at Porter Sanford Theater
And you
again.
will,
That's in
and you
Decatur.
will,
And I will. I will. I
and
forgot
you
I'm supposed to
will.
eliminate that from my vocabulary. Not
Period.
trying. I will.
You will.
I will. Yes, but that should be coming during the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye out, an ear open for Deliver Our Mail because that stage production seems like it touched a lot of lives of men.
I can't
And
wait.
I know, right? And it's funny because whenever we're doing something, it's like when it's bigger than me.
Right.
So when I'm preparing for it, I kind of have these moments, so pray for you, sister. But I be having these
Gotcha.
moments sometimes where I'm just like, Lord, I don't know. It's like you just have these moments where it's like you have to realize, even though it's bigger than you, God chose you for a reason.
That's right.
So
It's
not to
that
take
pinch
down.
yourself moment.
Right. You're right. It's like,
I
is this
understand.
real?
I
But yeah,
already
but
know
I
the
mean, but that's
feeling.
it. But yes, I do. I definitely am bringing it back, and I have plans to make it bigger and bigger and bigger because at the moment, what I am doing in my space is preparing a nonprofit organization to be able to teach like mainly teenagers, children, but adults as well. But you are in the acting industry,
Yes.
and you know how much it is fighting through to get to where you want to be.
Yes.
And my goal is to teach them how to be their own boss.
That's
So
right.
that if you don't become that actor,
Right.
if you don't become that next Denzel Washington, you can have your own stage production with
Yeah.
Denzel in it,
There
or you can have your own film,
you go. Yes.
production with whoever you want in it. We don't have to worry about this person looking like Halle Berry. If you want somebody that's voluptuous and, you know,
Right.
not as, then
Right.
hey, you can do
Uh-huh.
what you want. And that's what I want to do is in my nonprofit is just have the opportunity to like teach children, teach people different
Right.
aspects of stage first, because that's what I'm good at
That's
first.
right.
Film I'm learning, but
You've
teach them.
inspired me. Let me just say
Ah,
this.
well,
You've
thank you.
inspired me so much. I wrote a stage play and I put it down years ago. I
Okay.
picked it back up and I
Yes.
was like, you know what? Being around this movie set all the time and being on the set all the time, like you don't let your dreams die. You don't let what God gave you sit and lay at rest. You got to keep pushing and keep moving as well.
Right.
So, you know,
That's right.
I tell people all the time, it is in a name, but it's
Hmm.
in the name, which is Jesus.
That's
And
right.
when we
That's
make our
right.
request known unto him, he's gonna allow everything to happen and take place and line up like it's supposed to happen. And
Hmm.
so, he's gonna do it, and he has done it for you. I have watched this unfold. I'm
Mm,
excited for you. I am super excited. I say that with almost tears in my eyes because I've
man.
got to get this quick testimony. I remember one time we got off set. We was on set. We was just sitting there, just looking around and talking about the goodness of God. And you said, you know what? Why can't we have our own? And I remember that like yesterday. And I was like, we can have our own. You was like, I need a set and a stage like this. I need a stage like that. And I need a stage like that. And you know what? God has given me the person to do it. I'm like, I'm looking around like, yes, this is a lot of stuff. But listen, it's amazing that you had that vision. You could see it. You said, I'm going to ask my husband to do this. God gave you
Mm.
exactly what you needed. And it was right there in
Ooh,
your house the
ooh.
whole time. Look, right there under your nose the whole
Right.
time. And all you had to do was speak it. And you spoke it.
Mm.
And I mean, months later, I saw God manifest it. And I was like, oh, she wasn't playing. She was serious. That's
And
why I
I'm
said you my
telling you,
motivation. I was like, I just jumped back on things that I was doing. I was like, you know what, Lord? Sometimes we need that push in our
Yeah.
circle. I've been telling people, if you don't have that motivation and that push in your circle, you need to get around people and friends that's going places, so you can have that. You don't want negativity around you.
Right.
So
Exactly.
God did it for
And
you,
that's,
and I saw him.
thank you. And as you said, just the moments of having separation, it was on purpose. But during that time,
Mhm.
my human feelings were kicking in, and I kept saying, God, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know who to reach
Mhm.
out to. And I went through those moments, because of course, like you say, on another spectrum, it's like, oh man, it just happened. But it's always that journey it can really it'll really test your faith and your strength. It was
Yes.
moments where I had to have a prayer closet that I had to go to multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Those times where I could not sleep at night because I'm just like, God, I don't know. I don't know. And it's like, how do you not know? It's like you looking at the person from the outside and you say, how do you not know? How do you not know that God was going to bless you with this? How did you not know? How could you even think less of, but that's
Right.
sometimes where trickery
That
comes
is
in,
so true.
you know?
So somebody said, let me cut you for a second.
Oh, go
Somebody
ahead.
somebody said it to me a while ago. Something happened to me good. And I was like, I just
Okay.
can't believe it. I just can't believe it, And they was looking at me like, what do you mean you can't believe it? You already prayed for this. What do you mean you can't believe it? The favor of the Lord is on your life. What you
Yeah.
can't believe it? Yes, you can believe it. You just didn't know when it
Yes.
was gonna show up.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
it.
oh,
That's it.
that's it. Okay.
That's
I'm
But
like,
I think we had
right.
those moments sometimes because I think that's that humbleness
Yeah. Humbleness and
that we
wow
keep.
moment. Like, whoa, wow.
Yeah, right. Because it's like we're never going to be in a perfect never going to be in a perfect place.
Right.
Even as much as we pray and we cry and it's never going to be perfect moments because God specifically says there will also be long suffering. So we're not going to go through perfect phases on a continuous basis. But
Come
that's
on.
where that muscle is built and that's where that faith is
Come
strengthened
on.
because God uses those who feel like they are the weakest. If we think about half of the characters, and I don't even like to call them characters because if they were people, but half of the people that are in the word, you will see that they spoke about their weaknesses first before they said anything
Mhm.
about their strengths, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And so God uses those who he knows will keep the humility and the humbleness along that journey. Because I used to ask God, I'm like, well, God, it's been prophesied to me that I'm going to be this powerful, this queen is, and I'm like, well, how come I don't see it yet? But God had to explain to me, like, hey, it's going to happen in phases because I don't need you getting ahead of me.
Right.
If I let you know the power that you possess at this moment, then you're not going to handle it right.
That's
So I
right.
got to take you on a journey to strengthen that muscle, strengthen that faith, increase that humbleness,
That's
so
right.
that when it's time to be unleashed, then you're not going to take advantage. You're not going to manipulate it. You're not
Right.
going to misuse and
You'll
abuse
know
it.
who to get
You're
a
going to
glory
use
to.
it for his good. Exactly. That's it.
I,
I know you know.
you know who to get a glory to. Oh, yes, I definitely know. I
I
definitely
know
know.
you know.
And it's a humbling place.
Uh-oh.
It's
Right.
it's definitely a humbling place. And you have to remain humble and grateful, and there's a place of humility at all times when you're expecting and believing for God to do something, because you don't want to get the big head.
Right.
Because God will
Exactly.
humble you. He has a way of humbling you.
Oh yeah.
And you don't want
Oh
God to humble you. So you might as well
yeah.
go in with your
Mm.
hands up humble already. So he's gonna make you have to put them up. And they be
That's
stuck up. Like, oh, I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry, Jesus.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly. But I'm glad that we are capable of having a good time. Because it used to be a time where when you talk about the word and talk about, it just seemed like it would be boring, or it would seem like, oh, I can't say this and I can't. But I'm glad we're in a place where we can literally talk about it openly and
Yes.
still know how to enjoy life and how to be peaceful, no matter what experiences we may have had.
That's it.
I adore what you're doing, and
Oh,
like you said, by me being an inspiration to you, you're an inspiration
thank
to
you.
me,
Thank
because I know that being a mom and really trying to push through is like we are the perfect examples of
you. Yes.
roses going through concrete
Yes.
because, you know, when you think about the beauty of a rose and how soft it is, it's like trying to grow through concrete is
Yes.
like, you got to first be the seed trying to push through this dirt. After you get through the dirt, you got the worms
Ooh,
crawling around you. Then after the
process.
worms, Yes, and then when you go through the concrete, it's like you pushing through this cement that is hard and is not supposed to be broken according to.
Right.
But when God says grow, grow up,
Hmm. Grow up.
then that concrete has no choice but to move out of the way and let you blossom.
That's
You
right.
know, so I really commend you for what you're doing. Because you are a
You.
mom, you're an entrepreneur, you're an actress.
Yes.
You're
All
a
of the
business
above.
owner.
It's
You
not
got
easy.
songs that are on movies. You've been on so many sets and met so many celebrities, and the
Grateful.
time is come. The time has come. You know,
Amen. For both
the
of us.
time has come. But
Yes.
it's gonna come in a way that doesn't look familiar to you. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
Um,
receive that. I believe that.
yeah,
I do believe that.
because you've been patient, and you've been praying for others. You've been keeping other folks uplifted. So
Yes.
now that's why when I advertised the Tonight Show,
Yeah.
I put that Mary Mary song. It's my time to shine.
I love it.
It's
I
my
love it. I
time to
saw
do
it.
it. Yeah, I was
I
like,
was like,
hey, that I was
oh,
a country song.
I was like, I like this. It is your time to shine. I'm just so happy that you have come into the place. Can you speak to that one person tonight? Before you do this, hold on, before I do that, can you
Mhm.
tell us where we can find you at? If anybody want to book you for anything, or if they want to book an event hall to come have their event at, sounds so good to say.
Yeah. I'm so excited about it. Thank you. So you can find me on every platform at SoKey. So it's SOQI. You can find me SoKey Music on Instagram. You can find me at SoKey Music on TikTok. You can find me SoKey Music on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. For my event space, though, it is Harris Renee Events and Performing Arts Studio. Excuse me, and you'll start to see more of it. So right now I'm just growing that page. But you can find it on Facebook, you can find it on Instagram, you can find it, ooh, not on TikTok yet. But I'm growing. And we're located at 138 Park Avenue. That's Suite 100, Winder, Georgia 30680. And it's Harris Renee Events and Performing Arts Studio. So book
Yes.
your next cool event.
With you. Exactly. Yes, yes. So today, tonight, if you post it, I'll repost it and reshare it on my
Okay.
page as well so that people can come on there and see. And I saw some of the pictures and some of the events. I'm like, she already having her, she done had a grand opening, but okay. You done had your grand how many people
Ah,
does it sit, if you don't mind me asking?
yeah, it syncs up to 400. But according to, there's always laws in place. According to
Yes.
the fire marshals, I can have 300 at the max unless I go through them to get approval for more than that. So,
Girl,
yes.
you just don't know. Woo, you just don't know. God is faithful. He good
Yes, he
and he is so
is.
faithful. I'm so
Yes, he
excited for
is.
you. I'm so
Thank
happy for
you.
you. So I want you to speak to that one individual, that one person that's watching now or that will come back and see the replay, that one person that had a dream and they gave up on it. What would you have to say to that person that was a dreamer that didn't think it was going to happen? Can you speak to that person tonight?
Whew, that just gave me chills. Huh. Lord, give me the proper words to say.
Mm,
The first thing I would tell you is take your dream out of that box. Don't close it up. Don't
mm,
seal it. Open it up and release that dream. Age is not a factor. Money is not a factor. I have started a stage play. I started this event space. Each time I started anything, wrote my first song to publish it, I had no money in my
mm,
bank account. And God showed me something that said, I'm not checking by your bank account, I'm
mm-hmm.
checking by your faith.
Yes.
So there was a time where I didn't think it would happen for me because I'm like, God, I'm getting older. I ain't getting no younger. And God said, I will restore that time that you feel like that you lost because it's
Yes.
not a factor of time, it's a factor of faith. Trust God that He gave you the gift for it to be used for a greater purpose. So
Yeah.
do not put that dream in a box. You take that dream out and you go for it. And I
Yes.
promise you, you take the first step, God will take the rest for you.
Mm. Wow, that is so true. So many people have put their dreams in a hold on hold, put it on the back burner, and say, you know what, I gotta go get a 9 to 5 because I don't see it happening. So I just gotta keep going.
Keep
It's
going.
happening. Keep
Keep
going.
going.
It's
That's
God is
right.
gonna fulfill it. You, excuse me, have to just do your part and allow God to do His. It's gonna happen, but you
It's
gotta put the
gonna
work
happen.
in as well. Your
Ooh,
faith
that
gotta
work.
supersede what you see. Your faith,
That's
your
right.
trust, it's gotta supersede what you see, what you believe, what you know. It's gotta just, Lord, it's already done. I'm not waiting
It's
on it.
already done.
It's already done. I'm not believing for it. Just believe. I'm believing, but I'm believing that it's already done.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that is
Absolutely.
exactly, even with this platform. It was live praise with Pastor Shay, but because I'm an
Hmm.
artist, I said I'm going to use that platform when I have concerts and when I do music events and things like that. But I wanted to use this platform, Living Life with Shay, so that I can actually sit down and make it personal, so that I can speak
Yeah.
to people and interview people. I love interviewing people. Why?
Oh, that's
I don't know,
awesome.
but I just love interviewing people. So I said, I'm gonna
That's
still do Living
awesome.
Life with Shay. I'm not gonna put it on the back burner. Luke G got me a theme song ready 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm not just gonna
Wow.
let it die. The Lord said, pick it back up. Don't stop it. Pick it back up and keep it going and keep it moving. And I was like, well, Lord, I want to do it on every single Monday. And I said,
Mm,
Lord, I just need you to provide the people. I'll show up if you provide the people. And I don't mean the
mm.
viewers. I'm talking about just a person for me to interview. So it doesn't matter if
Wow.
it's two people on here viewing. I'm interviewing you. And guess what? They'll go back and see the replay whenever they can. It's
That's right.
something that's being said that somebody's gonna be blessed by. But the thing about it is, it's your consistency. When I said, Lord, I really want to do this, He said, just start.
Mm,
Just start back. Don't worry about
mm.
nothing else. Don't worry about what nobody think, what nobody's saying. Just start right back up. I didn't even make a full announcement. I think I announced it on a Saturday and we was on live that Sunday. I mean that Monday.
Wow.
That last Monday. I was like, oh yeah,
Mm,
I'm not, what am I waiting for? I'm not waiting
exactly.
on anything. Life is short.
Yeah,
So, enjoy it while
definitely.
you can, fulfill the things that God has for you while you can. And you
Hmm.
have blessed me by just going forward and kept
Mm,
moving. You didn't stop, you didn't quit. And we was together on the set. So I knew
yeah,
you and you knew me, and it was like,
yeah.
okay, all right, like
Yeah.
okay. Like we ain't wasting no time. We getting to it.
That's
And
right.
that's exactly,
That's
you
right.
went to work. When I say you went to work, you started. I seen it unfold, sis. So I just
Mm,
want to personally say tonight, thank you for allowing your light to shine. Thank you for
thank
keeping the dream
you.
alive for yourself, to allow
Thank
other people to
you.
know that they can do the
Mm,
very same thing. I said, Lord, yeah, I have a church building, but I want to just make it personable, because when I first started doing a live praise with Pastor Shay, it was at my church and people came out, and you was one of my first guests on my show.
yep.
What,
Hmm.
3 years
Yep.
ago almost? Look, right at 3 years ago. And so I
Yep.
have you back again. And I was like, well, it's going to take finances to do this. And the Lord said, stop giving excuses. Just start. So start right
Mm.
here in your living room. I was like, oh, okay. You got the lights, you got your camera, you got your laptop, you got your phone, you got little bitty pieces of things. Put it together. It's so many platforms.
Mm.
So don't make no excuses. And I said, okay, Lord. So
Mm.
you know what? Just like you stepped out on faith and did things, and I hear you ministering and speaking to me as you speak to the audience, as you speak to my audience. You're saying the same thing to me. Step out on faith, do what God have called and purpose for you to do, and don't worry about nothing and nobody else. You got to block out everything and just dive in. This is not a
Yes.
paid show. I was like, well, if anybody want to give a donation, they're welcome to, but I wasn't asking for anything, because I was like, well, this is just to be a blessing to other artists, other entrepreneurs, other people, just to get them a platform to say, hey, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing. And we need to support each other. And that's, sometimes
Yeah.
we don't always do
Definitely.
that. We have to learn how to support each other. So I thank God for you that you were able to be on
Thank
here
you.
tonight as my second guest
Thank
of
you.
the year. Look, I'm lined up all the way through February. So at the end of February, I'm
Woo!
listen. I was like, okay, Lord, what about
Excellent.
March? What about April? What about He said, just go
Let's
with the flow.
go. Let's
Just
go.
go with the flow. So that's
That's
exactly
it.
what I have been doing. Sis, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor.
Thank you.
I thank
Yes.
God for you.
Thank
In
you.
closing on tonight, let me just say, y'all, be encouraged. I seen my sister do this. Um, build. with her and her
Okay.
husband, they build. So she has her own, I say 300, 400 studio where people can have events. You can book this building.
Yes.
I am going to make it my best to be there February the 2nd. I wrote it on my
Yay.
calendar. I wrote it on my calendar.
Yay.
I penciled it in, and then I actually put it on my phone. I was like, God's willing, I want to be there for this ribbon cutting so that I can celebrate with
Thank
you
you.
and just say
Thank
to
you. Thank
God be the
you.
glory for the things that He
That's
has
right.
done.
Yes. Bring some of that anointing in the place. I need that.
You a trip. It's already there.
Thank
But yes,
you.
so sis, I love you. Is there anything else you want to say
Love
to
you
us
too.
before we go?
No, just like you said, just be encouraged. I just
Yes.
want to say to anybody, if you feel like that your dreams have been put away or that you feel like you're asleep, wake up, wake up. It's gonna be work no matter what you do. It's work
Hmm.
staying miserable, you know. So why not make it work? Being happy, being peaceful, and growing. That's why they call it growing pains. So yes,
You
that's it.
growing pains. But those good growing pains, because
Yes,
God knows exactly where we're supposed to be in the time frame that we're supposed to be there. So sis, I love you. I
I
thank
love you
God for
too.
you.
Thank
And once
you.
again, y'all do me a favor, share this live, like and comment, go and spread the word. Living Life with Shay is back every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. If you are an artist, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are author, if you've written a book, or if you have a strong testimony and you want to share your testimony on my platform, please inbox or email, and I'll put all the information on my page later. But please send your information in so that I can interview you. Thank you once again. So
Thank
key. We
you.
love
Thank
you here
you.
at Living Life with Shay. You have a
Love you
blessed
too.
night.
Thank
And
you. You too.
tell the family I said hello.
I will, and you as well. Thank you.
I will. Y'all go follow her on every platform that you can find. Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye bye.
See you.
Awesome. Y'all, it has been a privilege. It's been an honor. I'm so grateful. I made it through my second show. God is faithful. So I want to say to you tonight, whatever you believe in God for, just continue to believe Him. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Keep going. There is nothing that you cannot do with the help of the Lord. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Keep going. God got you. Everything that you need, He will supply. Okay? Everything that you believe in God for, He's going to take care of. I'm a living witness. I have seen Him do it. Okay, y'all. So be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. I love you. If nobody else told you today, please allow me to be the first to tell you that I love you with the love of Jesus Christ, and there is nothing that you can do about it. God bless you. I love you. See you on next Monday for Living Life with Shay. And also meet me back here on Facebook Live at 12 o'clock midnight for prayer. Okay. I love y'all. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Love you.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Croft, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into the Living Life with Shay Talk Show. Please join us again next Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live for an all new episode and guest. And because you love the show so much, please leave a token of love or donation to the Cash App below. Hey, listen, I can't wait to see you next week. That's 7 o'clock p.m. on Facebook Live. We'll holler at you later. Peace. What's going on, ladies